Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. This is BSL 20 Hasuleague round of 8, aka the quarterfinal. This is the 4th match. And we got Fischei versus NewOcean. I guess I need to change the language where it's like, this is the best of 5. It is the 4th series. This is the 2nd game of the best of 5. Maybe that hopefully makes it a little bit more clear. Fischei dropping game 1. Initially, I think he got caught by surprise by NewOcean. NewOcean dropped the assimilator. I think that might have been spotted by Fischei, but usually you'll see 3 or sometimes 5 zealots as a dedication. NewOcean just kept sending the zealots, and Fischei ended up getting overwhelmed, had trouble microing on multiple fronts, and suffered a lot of damage early. Kind of lingered on and limped in the game. NewOcean, I want to comment is, I'm trying to think of other low APM Protosses, but it feels like there's something about German Protosses that are low APM where they play very, very well. Master Ray took a championship in Hasuleague off low APM. That was many seasons ago. When was that? It was a bit ago. But there's something about German Protoss with low APM. That being said, Fischei also German, higher APM count as you guys can see. I am expecting another double gate here from NewOcean. We'll see what Fischei is up to. This is again on Metropolis. If it can make its way towards any sort of shuttle play, and also we'll see if Fischei ends up with a faster scout this time. Only a single scout for NewOcean. It looks like it is going to be a 10-12 gate. And unfortunately for Fischei, with his scouting pattern, might end up coming across his base, his opponent's base again in the last position. He's going double gate as well. Speaking of NewOcean, thank you for the raid. Buttering me up in the comment. Players are doing a good job buttering me up this season, coming in and actually checking out the casts. Which, maybe a little bit of favoritism. Maybe they'll get there with the favoritism. I try to hold back and relent. Probes going to cross each other on the southern pass, which usually is an indicator. I'm wondering if that will cause Fischei to adjust or NewOcean to adjust. In the meantime, initial zealots are taking the field. Fischei holding the ramp momentarily, as is NewOcean. Neither player maneuvering to go ahead and grab gas. So as you can see, the probe not making its way up after the additional zealot. Instead, so I take it back. Gas for NewOcean, or sorry, gas for Fischei. Additional pylon for NewOcean. So NewOcean maybe going to dedicate a little bit heavier here. Probe making its way across. He's going to see the zealots well ahead of Fischei. Probe doesn't lose his life. Now, did he see it though? Yeah, I think he saw the edge of those zealots. Fischei scrambling back. Is he going to queue up additional zealots? We do have 2 additional zealots making their way out. Fischei sees them. Assimilator being morphed. There's opportunity for proxy pylons. The zealots currently holding a line. 1 probe along the edge. 7 edit score, 2/3 finished opposite corner. 2 probes off the line to provide some additional damage over the edge. And probes fighting probes to the north. I think NewOcean got the first shot though, so is going to get the kill here. Yep. Probe on probe violence. An initial punch through. 2 additional zealots coming along the wings. It's going to be a minute before dragoons are out. There, the 2 dragoons are queued up, so shield battery is necessitated. But that shield battery a little bit towards the rear, so this is going to be a challenging defense here. And he's drawing the probes back at the worst possible moment. Another slog of shots. The dragoon's about halfway finished. 1 zealot running off the line to recharge. Nice little movement right there. NewOcean not able to capitalize, taking some free damage instead. A 6th zealot alongside, so 6 versus 3 and 2 dragoons. 7th one joining as well. But I think this time, oh, never mind. We got a bit of a breach, and 1 dragoon's not fighting in the midst of this. And this is still a lot of zealots, but it looks like through some good focus fire, Fischei is going to be able to clean this up. So stutter stepping back. Dragoon at close position, going to be killed fairly rapidly, and Fischei maintains a good amount of troops. So he's going to end up with a dragoon lead theoretically after the fact. We do have some Dragoons being built in the midst of this. Are we going to see a quick robotics? Because I think this is the DT button here now for NewOcean. That was the potential panic moment. 2 additional zealots have been fielded. 3 dragoons are making their way across the map. No robotics or forge here in the midst of this. Also, no movement to grab a natural expansion. I'm looking to see if there is the robo. So dragoons, I don't think this is good. They might get some damage, but I don't think this is enough to bust. At the very least, sitting there to blockade the natural expansion. Robotics is queued up. But that was a very, very fast... That was a very, very fast Citadel of Adun. Dragoons finding that there's 2 zealots on the breach, so it would be 4, and they'd have to rely on some misfire if they're going to continue. No additional dragoons queued up. Templar Archives to the north. Forge also dropped, just in case. Natural expansion in play. Robotics facility halfway completed. And my unit's waypoint list is full. Dang it. Not sure what to do with the cast now that my unit's waypoint list is full. Cannon on a very odd position to absorb potential DT, but also to provide a little bit of latent defense. Right now, Fischei, presuming he goes observatory first and gets it down fairly quickly, which I think he's going to, in a fairly strong position here. NewOcean's actually slightly ahead economically to the tune of 4 workers, but that will quickly evaporate once that natural expansion's online and there's double production of probes rather than single. Dark Templar are being produced. They're about halfway finished. The observatory is going to complete. It does not take long for observers to build. I think it's 17 seconds, somewhere along that, and that is about the travel time to make their way across. The dragoons are making their way back. 2 additional gateways being plopped down, by the way. And Zealot leg speed being invested from NewOcean. Is he also going to invest in +1 weapons? That'll be an interesting cue. I think he's going to get a little bit more aggressive with his army follow-up. Observer halfway finished. Like I said, they just build incredibly quickly. So these 2 Dark Templar should be engaged as long as the Observer stays at home base. That will be the trick of it. Fischei, I think, should plan on doing that and playing more defensively. I would be a little bit shocked if he moved out in an aggressive posture. Observer is going to see those 2 Dark Templar, needs to repivot. Nice play on NewOcean to draw those Dark Templar back, so he's not expending them. That should open up the natural expansion if he wants to go for it. I think he's still planning on pushing off the 4 gateway, however. Zealot leg speed almost complete. Where is his range as well? Oops, not what I wanted. There, range close to being complete as well. Supply counts are fairly close, and this is running into a defensive position with some AI pylons out on the front. I hate saying that, actually. These pylons to mess with his opponent's AI. I think AI pylon is the official term, but it just sounds odd. Cheese, I feel like, makes direct sense. When I say AI pylon, like what, that pylon has artificial intelligence, but it's called that way to disrupt the AI on the opposite end. The Zealots get on top of the Dragoons and don't eat a Reaver shot. This could work out favorably for NewOcean, but I'm going to say on paper, Fischei should win this fight. Here come the Zealots with that Zealot leg speed. The Reaver, as long as it's getting the bunch shots, yeah, should negate a lot of that. Also, with the pylon blockade, yeah, filtering a lot of those Zealots, and NewOcean drops the match, so we are now at 1 apiece going into Game 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.